guys? Welcome back to another TheSportUniverse Reacts. So, what we're reacting to today is, there's going to be no order to it, but the best 5 free agents available in baseball right now. Once again, there's not a lot to react to for today, so I figured this is pretty good. So, did some research, figured out who is available and whatnot. So, once again, this is not in any order. This is not in any order, but just go through it. So, first off, I guess I'll start with pitchers. Alex Wood. He was on the Reds last year. He was in the Yasiel Puig, Alex Wood. He was in. Well, I just gave it away. He was in the Yasiel Puig trade between the Dodgers and the Reds, and Alex Wood was a player that went to. Alex Wood was a player that went to the Reds in the deal, and one of the things in the deal was that he was going to be a really good player for the Dodgers. However, he suffered a back injury last year, really stunting any thing to come out of that season. He only played 7 games. He had a 5.8 ERA, but I mean, I don't know how much you can really judge. I mean, 7 games is a okay amount. I guess a pitcher usually has like 20 to 25 starts a season. So 7 starts, it's like a quarter of that. It's a little bit more, but whatever. He had a 5.8 ERA, but then if you look the years prior, he had a 2.72 ERA, 3.68 ERA, things like that. So he's a really good pitcher, and he's also young, and I feel like he seems like that type of pitcher that a team should really risk some money on. Obviously, we saw what Zach Wheeler got, and I think Zach Wheeler's similar to Alex Wood. Zach Wheeler is basically his whole, why people are obsessing over him, which I still think is for no reason, but it's because he's young and has shown decent talent, and Alex Wood, I feel, has done the same. He obviously had a bad season last year and is coming off an injury, so there's a little bit more risk there. But he seems to be a player that teams, I think, should go after. I mean, I would have been a fan if the Mets went after Alex Wood, but obviously they're not doing that anymore after they signed Michael Wacha and Rick Porcello. Next, Will Harris. So Alex Wood's a starter. Will Harris is a bullpen pitcher. Will Harris's name, at least in my eyes, has always been floating around for the past couple of years because the Mets are always looking for a bullpen pitcher. And I never really researched how good Will Harris is, but he's been like really good. He's 35 years old, so a little up in age, but that's certainly fine for a bullpen pitcher. Last year he had a 1.5 ERA, and then that was probably his best season so far. And then the years past, 3.49 ERA, 2.98 ERA, 2.25 ERA, 1.9 ERA. The one thing with Will Harris, I'm not sure if maybe it was just wrong, but it seemed like every year he has like some kind of injury, because I was looking at the games played and they were all below 70. And I mean, if you think about it, there's 162 games in a season. Maybe for a bullpen pitcher, I'm not sure what the average for bullpen pitchers are, but that's something to keep an eye on. But I think Will Harris is a definite bullpen asset that a team should go after. Mets maybe, but I feel like they're pretty set up. I keep on going back to the Mets, but a team that needs a bullpen pitcher definitely goes after Will Harris. Next up, Josh Donaldson. Last year he signed with the Braves. He signed basically one of those deals where he wants to show, similar to what Dylan Betances did, but for a lot more money. Basically taking a 1-year deal to show that he's still the talent that he was prior. Josh Donaldson, the year before last, didn't have the best season with Toronto, and he signed a 1-year, $23 million deal with the Braves to show that he can still play, and he definitely showed it. He had 37 home runs, 94 RBIs, and had a 2.59 batting average. I mean, .259 ERA. .259 batting average. So, very good. Batting average a little low, but everything else is very good, so you can't really fault him for that. 34 years old, a little up there in age also, so I don't see... There's a few ways it could go about a team signs him he doesn't get offered a lot, so he can't really say what he wants, or there's teams that are interested in him, and the team that ends up getting him is the one that's going to sign him to like 4 or 5 years and have to take on him when he's 38, 37. Next up, Kevin Pillar. He's an interesting one. Last year, he was with Toronto and he was DFA'd. DFA'd, and he wasn't playing well. And then he went to the Giants and had a really good season. He's 30 years old, 21 home runs, 87 RBIs, 264 batting average, and to go along with his defense, those are like outstanding numbers. Once again, it could fill a need for the Mets, but I gotta stop going back to that. Another great player to go after, Marcell Ozuna. He's someone that, even more than Kempler, like I would like be happy to see the Mets sign. When I was going through this whole list, I was like, the Mets could sign this player and do good. But I guess that's when you're one of the better free agents. That's what's going to happen. So Marcell Ozuna is 29 years old. He did struggle last year, but not only his batting average, really. He had 29 home runs, 89 RBIs, and his batting average was 241. I think part of that reason was he was definitely trying to hit for more home runs. The year prior to that, he had 23 home runs, 88 RBIs, and a 280 batting average. So obviously a little bit of a difference in home runs and a big difference in batting average. So definitely another good player. I'd say those are my top 5 players that are still available in baseball. If I had to list them, it's kind of hard to do an order for that because teams are gonna have different needs and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to list. Yeah, I wouldn't even want to go there. But yeah, okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. If you have any interest writing for us, editing videos, graphic design, anything you think that you could help us with, contact us at TheSportUniverse2019 @gmail.com. And other than that, thanks for watching. Bye.